Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Okay, good. No one heard any of that, which is perfect. Well, they didn't hear you singing, so...
I was singing.
Again.
I feel you creeping, I can see it from my shadow. Wanna jump up in my Lamborghini Gallardo.
Oh, let's go. Oh, we live.
I gotta turn that down.
Smack that.
Smack that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Damn, it's hotter than a man's ass in here.
And possibly bend you over. Look back and watch me smack.
By the fourth live,
Sit down.
Yo, by the fourth live, it's just absolute fucking mayhem.
Fourth. Is this our fourth? This is our third.
Oh.
Right?
My fourth.
You've been live with Rudy 2 times. Me, now 3 times.
Rudy was once.
That one time?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been on the podcast.
Yeah, except we had some audio issues, so... Well, welcome back to another episode of HowlLive with your host, Patrick, and your co-host... Shay Chica? How do you spell Shay Chica? I feel like I'm always spelling it wrong.
My screen name
was
X Shay Chica.
Okay.
X, which is just CHICA. Shay Chica. What was your screen name?
X Rap 50X.
50 Cent.
Yeah.
You loved 50 Cent. I loved 50 Cent.
Who didn't love 50 Cent? Who still doesn't love 50 Cent?
My mom used to let my sister and I listen to 50 Cent on the way to school. His CD in her, what was she driving at the time? A Chrysler, a Sebring, the convertible, top down.
Okay.
And we would listen to fucking Candy Shop.
On the way to school.
On the way to elementary school.
It came out in element.
What year did
probably like 5th, 6th.
What was the album even called?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't know either. If anybody knows what
someone look it up first.
What 50 Cent's album was with
Can you look it up over there? Thank you.
What 50 Cent's album was with Candy Shop on it, and wow, why can't I think of the name of the album? Anyway, we would blast that shit on the way to school.
Interesting.
And my mom low key loved it.
Was your mom? Well, yeah.
She'd be
she
tapping
wouldn't
her
listen
foot.
into it if it didn't.
No, it was just for us.
I feel like every time I see your mom, she's like, he kind of looks familiar.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I remember that boy. She thinks everyone's she calls everyone a kid, even though we're literally old.
Oh, you're like off.
What?
Yeah, just a smidge.
I'm trying to look at you.
Still look. Yeah, leave room for the Holy Spirit. You know.
How about an Aldrich dance? Let's go. You went, right?
I didn't go. I tried to sneak into it and I got caught.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I tried to sneak in with Matt Lima and Brittany Jenkins.
I forgot about Matt Lima.
Yeah.
Wait, you never went to Aldrich dance?
No, I was only there for a couple months and then I left.
So what dances were you going to? Vets dances. No, that was high school.
No, I was saying, I was going to Catholic dances.
Oh.
Where they were leaving room for the Holy Spirit. you know what I'm trying to say?
Catholic dances.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that. Tell me about a Catholic middle school dance. Did you have uniforms?
Yeah, I had a rocky uniform. And I would always get in trouble because, like, back then, like, you're into, like, rap and stuff like that. And the style was a long-ass baggy T-shirt.
So long.
So
long, down to your knees.
So I would have on my polo and then my baggy T-shirt
under it.
I have pictures of it, like down to my knees. It looked like I was wearing a polo, a dress, and then khakis.
And then those shoes at the bottom.
Ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous.
I feel like I've seen pictures of you like that.
And I had a shaved head too.
And if your mom is in here, I don't know if this was up to her. Who made the decision that you were going to Catholic school?
Mostly my dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is no shade to your parents' choices.
No, they just
I think it did you good.
No, it did.
I think you needed it.
You think so? You think I needed some Jesus?
You were going down a bad path.
You think I needed some...
When you were 13, you were all over the place.
You think I needed some Jesus? All right, that's fair.
You did need some Jesus in your life.
Oh, TikTok, we got 29 viewers. Okay, whatever. Let's go.
So were you guys allowed to grind? Or would they come up to you?
It was happening here and there, but then to this day, like, it sticks with me. Like, from that joke, a teacher came up to me and was like, hey, leave room for the Holy Spirit.
Stop.
Exact verbatim. So I switched to the front. you know, and then.
So
yeah,
you will putting your ass to her face. So you got in front of her and touch your toes.
Yeah.
Bend over, touch your toes.
Me and my brother Sean actually did like a dance.
Oh God!
Like with
a
hats,
rehearsed dance and everything.
like
Did you
flipping
guys
hats.
do a backflip?
I flipped over his back and I went way too fucking far. I still landed.
It never goes as planned. Did you?
No.
You stuck the landing?
I did stick the landing. Thank God. That would have been horrendous because I almost went into the food table.
You guys had food at your dances?
Yeah, come on.
What? Like what? Because we were getting
we were
like
paying
bags
for that
of,
education,
yeah,
you know.
We were getting bags of chips.
Yeah. Then when I went to Hendricken, which is like an all-Catholic male school, I didn't last long there, but like the lunches there were like steak sandwiches,
Steak.
like steak sandwiches. It was like the shelled pasta. And, it was so good. Like the candy machines just had better candy. It was just it was better.
I'm sorry, you didn't. Did you go to Pilgrim at all?
No.
I don't
Ew.
remember. I don't.
Eh.
You went to Betts.
I went to Betts on purpose.
No, you didn't.
I lived.
You got expelled.
I lived in the Pilgrim District, and my mom had to go to the school superintendent to get permission for me to go to Vets because I didn't want to go to Pilgrim.
Why?
It's just I don't know. I didn't really like y'all.
That's lame.
I was way better off at Vets. I made a lot of good friends there. You know. Anyways, let's get into some stuff.
I did go to Vets for a little bit for summer school.
Yes, and I drew a picture.
And that school was trash.
Yeah, not.
You drew a picture of me.
Yeah, no, we gotta show people that.
Where is it?
I don't know. I can't find that on my Facebook anymore. But you
I
sent
sent it to
recently.
you.
Yeah.
It's in our chat. We'll pull it up. Pull up the artwork.
In our text?
In our texts.
Oh, let's go.
I sent it to you.
Let's see.
He drew a picture. We were in math summer school together. Since Warwick Veterans was giving such a lovely education, neither of us could pass math. He decided to take his spare time in math class in summer school and draw a picture of me. We were, 16?
Yeah. How do I rotate this?
Quite the artist. I think you should put your phone on that not rotate feature and then turn it.
Yeah.
I know things.
Yeah, we'll do that.
But he drew a picture of me, and I used to only exclusively wear Hollister and Abercrombie and American Eagle. And I think you even put the seagull on the shirt that I was wearing.
I did.
The seagull.
I wish I could rotate it to be longer. I put on Do Not Disturb
I saw that.
instead of the rotate.
Let me see it.
Oh, it's doing me like that. Okay, hold on. Here we go though.
Is that it?
Hold on.
We just want to show the people his artwork. That's all we want to do. And then we're going to move on. But this is Patrick's drawing of me when I was 16 and in summer school.
Whatever. I'm just going to
just do it.
Do it sideways. Oh, which camera? I'll do this one first.
I can't even tell because it's so delayed.
I'll do this one. I think it's great. I think it still has a resemblance.
Wait a minute. I never noticed how you made my eye like this. Giving the side eye.
Oh, yeah, because you probably, what the fuck is he doing? Is he drawing me right now?
My little Van Gogh in the class.
Yeah. I should have been in summer school for fucking art, apparently. That's horrendous. I'm going to put these down.
Yeah, get out of here with that.
All right, yeah. Okay. All right, live recorded podcast time. We get the formalities out of the way.
We're live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
X, and YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of things. I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
Oh, that's great. I love it. All right, I want to get to these so Shaylee has some questions, some this or that, some I forget what you said, but she wouldn't tell me them because she's trying to get me canceled. So
yeah,
she wants me to pause and.
I want the shock factor. Red flags or not?
Red flags or not? Okay, I like that.
Because we've been doing a lot of would you rather's, and those are getting stale on me.
Yeah.
I don't mind one or two here and there, but we gotta spice it up.
Yeah,
so,
I like that.
In tonight's segment, fuck it, we're going live. We're gonna do red flags or not.
Okay, I like that.
And we can both answer. I was up, I was writing these at 7 a.m.
Do we have to answer and elaborate because
Yes, it can't just be a yes or no.
Why the fuck would he say that?
There's nuance to everything, and that's why we're here. We're here to talk about the nuance.
Yeah, life's not like all black and white. Sometimes it is, right? But everything does have like a little shade of gray in it, and you have to kind of.
It's like art. It's subjective. It's like you look at a painting, and I see one thing, and you see another, and we've been over this. Biggest example that sticks out is that you don't give a shit what a girl does for work as long as she takes care of herself.
Holds it down. Yeah.
So, like, to me, that as a woman, that's different answer. Different answer.
That's a fucking bum.
So these red flags or not are going to be different.
Good. I like that.
So, and I would love for people to comment and put their opinions.
Yeah, we'll see.
On what their idea of a red flag is, or if they think that the question I'm asking is a red flag. First one should be pretty basic. Do you divulge your age in this? Oh, is that Jacob? Red flag. They order the spiciest wings during your date, sweat profusely, and shit mid-dinner, then ask.
No. Shot. Wait.
He meant shit.
Oh, he meant shit. Take a shot mid-dinner. I'm like, yeah, well, that's normal, right?
Jacob, that's something you would do.
Yo, what are they on, fucking Hot Ones? What kind of date is that? Damn.
Jake loves Hot Ones. All right. Red flag or not?
Okay.
Lives at home. Period. Not saying anything else.
How old are they?
Let me put it into a picture.
Yeah.
So, we're in an alternate universe.
Okay.
You're on a date. You're your age. She's somewhere between 25 and 32. Okay. And she tells you she lives at home.
Okay. What's the economy like?
Don't you dare bring politics into this.
What's the economy?
Red flag or not?
I think initially, yeah.
What's your immediate thought? You're on a date with a girl. You're your age now.
I mean, for a man, to be blunt, like when you're out on a date, the objective is
to take her home.
How can I extend this night so I can be more of a gentleman and have as much fun as possible? Like, I want to go from dinner back to somewhere else so I can continue being a gentleman and having a fun time.
Continue being a gentleman.
But it's like if she lives at home, that might throw a wrench in it. And what's gonna throw even a bigger wrench in it is if I still live at home, and now we got nowhere to go. But anyways, like initially, I'd be like, damn. Now for a man, I don't think it would really matter because I've always been in a position where
you got your own thing going on.
Yeah, like, and I have a good vetting process too. So like, if I'm out on a date with you, then there could be somewhat of a momentum towards us getting to that point anyways, where like you're over a lot and then you're like, can I have a drawer? I'm like, yeah, maybe. And then, but yeah, like initially I'd be like,
immediate feelings are not ideal.
Yeah. I'd be like, it doesn't really matter, but it would definitely, I'd have to ask some questions about it for sure.
It's not ideal.
Yeah. If she's like, I just got out of school, I'm still this, I'm still that. Or if she's like, yeah, I've been through like this and that and yada yada, and it just like seems like a pattern of fuckery, then it's like, is it, I don't know.
You know my answer.
I don't know your answer. You didn't say your answer,
I mean, come on.
It's not real until it's on camera.
What do you think I'm going to say?
And then in 10 years when you're running for something, they're going to pull this clip and be like, see, she hates. Yeah.
Men that live at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. Again, we're speaking in an alternate universe. For any boyfriends or girlfriends that are watching.
Would you want nuance in it, though? Like, what if he... Yeah, would you want nuance, or it's just like, you should have had this figured the fuck out?
I mean, I'm okay with divulging my age. I'll be 31 this month, and if I'm on a date at 31...
I'm already 31, so you're catching up, so it's... Yeah.
You are? Oh, yeah, that's right. You stayed back in first grade.
What are you talking about? What does that have to do with my age?
That's right, because you're older than me.
You stayed back in first grade.
If I'm on a date with a guy and I'm 31, that means I'm dating someone at least my age or older. At least. And if he still lives at home, I do have questions for you, buddy.
Yeah.
I got questions. Immediate thought, don't love it. Don't love it.
He's like, where are we going to go after the date?
But honestly, I don't want to go back to your stinky apartment anyway.
Why you feel like men have stinky apartments?
Yeah, I feel like guys think cleaning is like throwing the comforter on top of the bed and then spraying their cologne on their pillows.
Really?
You know about this.
Is it
you do that?
Is it good cologne?
No, it's like Axe,
Is it
chocolate
I
Axe.
was gonna say chocolate. Wow.
Just unlock a memory.
Yeah, because my dad used to use that shit.
Yeah, I used to get it from my ex-boyfriend who went to vets, and I would put it in his
chocolate Axers over there.
I would put it in his little goodie bags for Valentine's Day and whatnot.
Chocolate Axe.
Chocolate Axe. So, anyways, I don't want to go back to your stinky apartment anyway. So maybe it's best that you do live at home because at least your mom's washing your fucking sheets.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's gonna get clipped. All right, that's good. All right, so yeah, it's. I think like the older you get, the more alarming it is, but like it requires nuance too. You're like, are you going through something?
If someone is like, oh, I'm literally in medical school, okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna hear you out
for sure.
I'm gonna hang out with you for like
but initially,
90 days and then dump you. I'm just kidding. Seriously, if a guy is pursuing a career in the medical field, call me. What? I'm kidding. I'm on fire right now.
Yeah, I feel like I hope that everyone can understand satire. You know, because if people take things like so literally, but
yeah, I feel like we should have prefaced this with 50% of what we're saying is a joke.
Yeah, I should make a disclaimer that like that
we're
pops up every
kidding.
5 minutes.
We're kidding.
That's just like
we're kidding.
Yeah.
But I am not kidding about the fact that I think it's mostly a red flag if someone lives at home, minus the nuance part. Piggybacking onto the living at home.
Okay.
What if maybe they don't live at home, but they are still on their parents' phone plan / car insurance?
For a man, that's awful.
That is, you know. I don't. My friend's not watching this right now, but I have to say something. He said a term the other day that I can't stop using to describe everything, and it was regarding the dating app Bumble, but it was rat's nest dog shit. And a man who's on his parents' phone plan and car insurance to a woman, that's rat's nest dog shit.
Yeah, for a like I have
that's horrible.
Like I have a daughter, so it's like I wouldn't mind paying for her phone plan and insurance forever. Like that.
Really though?
Yeah, I mean,
because
yeah,
I lose respect for girls who stay on their family's shit.
But
what about if she's married? What if she's married?
Then
if your daughter is married,
then that is now his responsibility.
Oh,
you know what I'm trying to say?
Shit.
Like
someone comment and tell me how you feel about that.
Yeah, I feel
Is it your daughter's husband's responsibility to take care of her car insurance and phone bill?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. Why? If
Adam, are you watching this?
If I'm going to be raising her like my entire life and paying for everything and showing her how a man should treat her, the minute that she meets a man, he should treat her like that. And then he's going to
old giving your daughter away thing.
He's going to ask me
he's
for
filling your shoes.
Yeah, so it's like then you have to embody what I've been giving her this entire time. And like the fact of the matter is that she probably wouldn't be with someone that doesn't act like me because I believe I'm a good dad.
And because she does think you're a good dad, and
that's what I'm trying to say.
Your standard of men has been set starting with you.
So it's like, why would
she's never gonna date a bum?
Like, so why would you date a bum after I've been? I mean, I'm not saying that it couldn't happen, obviously, but in my mind, I would definitely like to think that she's gonna manifest and attract someone that gives her the things that I do. Like that'd be ideal for me, you know? Is it gonna happen? I fucking hope so. But
most dads set out to pave the way for their sons and daughters to find partners that are like their parents if they are good people. Yeah. But there always is a phase in a young girl's life where she does just absolutely have to date a scumbag for a hot second. I just want to warn you.
It's a running theme.
I think the best case scenario, your daughter is just a lesbian.
No, I look forward to, you know how many, girls' dads that I met that were like, if you hurt my daughter, I'm going to kill you. And then, right from the jump, it's, it sets this, weird underlying tone. And, people think that I'm going to be like that. I would never act like that, honestly. I'd be super.
I think it's so inappropriate.
I'd be like very respectful, and the minute that I see something wrong, then I would speak up, or I would do something about it, or, you know. But
I never liked the whole like, oh, be afraid of the dad thing. Like,
yeah, it's just not a vibe, because then like every time like he's there, it just creates this like awkwardness.
Weird tension.
Yeah, it's like I don't have any. But like I understand why they're doing it, right? But I just don't see any value in it. Like the first time I meet you, I'm gonna just act like a dickhead. Yeah,
That's your first impression.
Yeah.
Just because it's a younger kid doesn't mean that he's not gonna have that impression of you and hold on to that and think you're an asshole.
Yeah, I think you just like you be welcoming as possible, give them a chance, and if something ever happens, like I'm comfortable in the fact that like I don't have to threaten you. Because if something were to happen,
you just know.
I'm not even going to say anything other than that.
You shouldn't have to.
Because they'll pull this clip like for the murder case, you know. But
you yeah,
it's just anything. Like I don't have to threaten you, and so it's just But anyways.
Okay, so if they're on their parents' phone bill and car insurance.
Yeah, I think for a man it's a super red flag. You know, but again, if you're,
I know we talked about.
If you're in medical school, then you know what, holler at me.
Call me. Your mom was in here last time. We talked about Love is Blind.
Pushing just a smidge, yeah.
Your mom was in here last time that we talked about Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Well, Love is Blind, that season is now complete, but there was a portion of that where she was uncovering that the man she chose as a partner was still on his parents' phone plan and car insurance. And she was like, well, when we get married, are we going to join those things? And he was like, well, what's the benefit in that? And she was like, because you're 28 years old and it's time to pay for your own car insurance. And she's like, so I'll just pay my own and you'll pay and your parents will pay for yours. And he was like, well, yeah. Red flag.
Yeah, that's tough.
I mean, again, in that situation, like they had just met and they were on a dating show. Like she shouldn't be like, when are you going to start paying my car insurance? But if you're with a man for an extended amount of time, you're married, you're sharing a home, like, you should be on car insurance together.
Yeah, like, most of the things that you do are supposed to...
Are shared?
Yeah, be conjoined. Like, my relationship now, like, within the first couple of months, we were kind of, like, getting to a place where we were sharing things, and, like, we were like,
hey. We need that multi-car bundle.
And I opened up, like, a bank account, and the things that, like we were sharing, we put money into, and insurance... Yeah, so... It just makes sense.
We have a comment here. We have a question here in the comments.
Yeah.
92 Caveman 92. Go ahead, Pat.
How does one find love? Hold on. I got finished reading. You took it away halfway through the question.
That's enough.
92 Caveman 90. How does one find love? I tried. It's hard, and I'm a decent looking guy. Jeez.
It's not really about your looks.
Yeah. Well,
looks are there. They're important at first, but
I'll say the man's perspective first.
Go ahead.
Right? I think that it's very difficult these days, especially in the Western society. I think that everything is I think everything is completely fucked. I think everyone's perception of things is completely ass backwards. I think for a time, you know, it's very difficult. And I've gone through periods of this as well. And I will say that, like, when I stopped looking for it, that's when I found it again.
Or when you go into it with, like, a fun mentality. Like, this is fun. I'm excited. I'm meeting people, like dating apps, for instance. And I know those can be so soul-crushing and soul-sucking. But if you go into it, like, having fun with it and, like, just excited to meet people and not, like... I went on a lot of dates with people that were, like, ready to, like, be committed after one fucking date. You can't go into it with that attitude because you're immediately setting yourself up for failure. So, like, I feel like just having a positive mentality about dating in general is really important in the first place. Yeah,
I would just, like, you have to tough it out. As, like, men have way, like, it's very easy for a woman to attract partners and attract mates. Like, that's a given. Like, as a man, it's becoming, like, more and more slim pickings out here. I think women are getting, like, a lot more selective, so you really have to, like, build your character. Like, if you already a decent looking guy, then you already have one good thing going for you. I would keep hitting the gym. I would keep just, like, trying to do business ventures, or, you know, if you're in, like, the corporate scheme, like, just try and grow, increase your net worth, if you're already good looking, like, you're straight, build your body up, do things that are going to sharpen your mind, and eventually you're going to attract someone. But the more you build yourself, the more the pool becomes a little more, like, there's less there, I would say. Like, the more that you build yourself up and you become this person, the people that you can attract and get is pretty vast. But do you really want any of these people at that point in time?
I think
like, you
taking good care of yourself and focusing on the right things, it inevitably slims your choices down.
Yeah.
But for a good reason.
Yeah.
And Rudy says, I say you don't find love, it finds you.
Yeah.
And if you are in a good place and you are actually having good intentions, and there's, the buzzwords, dating with intention, it's true.
Yeah.
Dating with intention and knowing what you're actually looking for is really important, because I feel like people will just want companionship or like someone
and
to hang
they'll
out with.
ignore all the fucking red flags. Like,
and then you end up with shit people.
Yeah, like, you be on a date and she's beautiful and she's saying all the wrong things and you're just like, uh-huh.
You're like, I'm on a date.
Oh yeah, no, I can get over
Period.
that. And
Right.
it's completely against, like, your culture, like, and your beliefs. Like, you can't settle. And because of that, it's going to take longer. But to be in something that, like, you're trying to, like, force, like, perpetually is
But
it's
one
difficult.
thing, if I will say one thing, like, don't just delete your apps and be like, I'm fucking done. Just leave your profile there. Leave it out. Leave it out there.
That, like, a lot of people, like, with dating apps, they'll be like, who can I meet on there? But, like, you don't understand is that there are so many fucking people in the world. There could be a girl out there who is, like, fresh off a breakup and she's done some, like, self-healing, or just someone that's, like, it's her first time dating, and their her friends convinced her to make a profile, and she feels the same way about it.
Right, everyone's on there with, like, a chip on their shoulder.
Like, you have to put yourself out there in any capacity. Like, like, go to a bar, go to church.
Go fucking read a book in a coffee shop.
Yeah, go to the library, like, you have to put yourself out there, like, as much as you possibly can.
Join new gyms, try do different workout classes, like,
yeah,
just go somewhere where there's women.
Yeah,
honestly.
If you're not finding love where you're at, then look for love in more places.
Amen. Take a sip.
Chug. Why are you always finishing yours so fast?
Because this is apple juice. That clip.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Left my profile out there. Nothing. Still happening. I'm going to church. Maybe go to the gym. Yes. 92 Caveman 92. Hit the gym, my caveman.
Hit the gym. Don't take steroids. Like,
eat right.
Clean. Yeah.
Cut out them seed oils, boys.
Yeah. Shaylee, like, will tell you that if you consume anything that's a seed oil, you will never find love.
I don't say that.
Your penis will shrink.
Well.
To the point where it becomes a vagina. So.
And then you just date. Then you can find a man.
Which will be far easier.
No.
At that point.
Stop it. On a serious note, start hitting the gym. If you're good looking and you take care of yourself, you make money, you have all the things going for you, but you got skinny arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a good question, right? Here's a good question. Like, because you, like, see these clips of women that will be like, do you prefer, like, a shredded bod or a dad bod? And a lot of women will be like, oh my God, I love a dad bod.
I know why.
I think I know why too, but
you know why.
I'm going to let you.
So it gives a woman the excuse to let herself go.
Oh, really?
What were you going to say?
I was going to say because.
Daddy issues?
It's almost like an insecurity. It's almost like.
Oh, if you're ugly and fat, then no one will want you?
And then it's like, I'm always on the come up. Like, I always. Like, I'm the one that looks like this and you look like that. It's just.
Like, he's the lucky one to have you. And
basically,
you're in control.
Because you see, like, a lot of very attractive girls with some.
Dusties. I think it's both. I think it gives women the excuse to let themselves go, because what's a guy going to say? Oh, you got fat? Well, you been fat.
You've been fat.
And then and then who's going to want him if he's overweight and out of shape?
If a woman doesn't want you because you're fit, flock that to begin with.
She doesn't want you for...
Like, you're healthy. Like, you take care of yourself.
If she don't want you at your best...
Yeah. Get fit, get in the gym, start a business, move up in your career, take care of yourself, don't be a dickhead.
Honestly...
Or be a dickhead when you have to.
I've seen guys that were, like, not that attractive looking, but they have a killer body, and I'm like,
I'm gonna solve everything right now. The most women I have ever got in my life was when I had a shitty car, I lived at home, I didn't give a fuck about life, and I was a complete bum. And I got so many girls. The minute I got on a track where I started taking care of myself, I took exercise seriously, I started businesses, and I started working on myself, there was literally no woman in sight.
It was a fucking ghost town.
And it was such slim pickings. So, and it felt like shit at first.
You know what they say?
But after a while, like, you realize you're like, oh.
It's lonely at the top.
Yeah. Yeah, it is lonely at the top.
Right,
but eventually it happens. Eventually someone comes along and they appreciate your grind and your body and your structure and your hair and your eyebrows. You know?
I'm going to do the next red flag or not.
Okay.
This kind of goes into, this is the last one that's regarding like future planning.
Okay.
Is it a red flag if, let me set it up first. You're dating someone, it's maybe like a month in, you start having the money talk.
Okay.
Is it a red flag if you find out that they do not have any retirement funds or savings, but they have like their own place, good car, good job, but there's no retirement or savings going on? No retirement plan.
For a woman, that would definitely be like.
For anyone.
No. Women crave stability and security. A man wouldn't give a fuck about that.
A man doesn't care if a woman has retirement or savings?
No, because ultimately...
Please, somebody tap in and
ultimately
argue this.
Ultimately, like, it's not her job. If you're dating someone, it does not become the woman's job to, like, take care of the family. So that becomes so redundant. Like, imagine I live my entire life with the thought of, I can't... Like, when we retire someday, we're going to have extra money from your retirement in your 401k. Fuck that. I want to be able to fucking take care of everyone and their kids.
I'm like, so I'm home with I'm putting myself in this woman's position.
Okay.
I'm home with a kid and I want to get my nails done. I want to get my hair done. I want to, have a gym membership. I want to go buy myself a coffee. I want to go buy myself clothes. You're taking care of all of that? This bitch got nothing to her name?
You should. Well,
I got nothing?
Well, you have everything because you're taking care of kids. She's raising the next generation. But also, like, you have to be in a situation where, like, if I have 6 different companies and I trust you as an individual, I'm going to involve you in what I'm doing. I'm going to be like, hey, like, why don't we start this project together? Where, like, we can put in some effort now, and then we can make money in our sleep. So it's like, I would do everything, like, in my power to make sure that, like, I want the woman that I'm with to stay at home with our kids, but I still don't want her to lose a sense of her identity. Now, does her identity need to be a 50-hour work week where she barely has time for her children and someone else taking care of that? No, but, like, if you want to do something that's, like, part-time, that can fulfill you. But, like, raising a kid is, like, my girlfriend...
It's full-time work.
Like, my girlfriend breastfeeds. That's every 2 hours. Someone's just sucking on your tits every 2 hours for 20 minutes.
And it's, although that's fucking crazy, and it's that part is temporary.
Yeah.
But every part of raising a kid is temporary,
Like, you really want to dump your kid at some rent, like, there's plenty of studies that are like, oh yeah, daycare is this and daycare is that. Like, there should be no one else raising your children besides you and your own ideologies. There's so much fucked up shit going on in this world that,
true.
Like, you want to raise your kids how you want to raise your kids. Like, you don't really... I think so many people believe that they can be a great worker, a great business person, a great dad,
wear all the hats.
And you can't. You can be a good worker, a good dad. Like, you'll never be great at something.
Mediocre employee.
Exactly.
Like, you can't be good at everything.
You have to put your effort into these
something.
Specific things. And if you make if you decide to have children, like, you have to realize, like, you're raising the next generation, and that takes everything. And as a man, like, you want a woman that shares your ideologies.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I guess, I mean, to be honest, I didn't grow up seeing what you're describing.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, me either.
We were struggling, and I'm one of 5 kids. So, like, my mom didn't have those kinds of resources, so she was working pretty much full time. I mean, I have very few memories of her being at home, like, solely being at home. So, like, I don't know what that is. So, like, it almost makes me feel like selfish or like greedy to think that at any point in my life, a man would be taking care of my finances.
No,
It literally makes me feel like, oh my God, like,
Yeah.
what a piece of shit.
So I went through so many phases in my life where I was at a point where I was such a bum. Like, I know, like, what was crazy to me is that when I first had my daughter, I didn't really have any ambition. I didn't have much going for me. And the person that I was with was going to school, soon to be a nurse practitioner. And she made a comment. She was like, it's so funny. Like, my mom always told me that I would need a stay-at-home dad because I'm such a go-getter. And for 5 minutes, I was like, fuck yeah. I'm like, she'll be making like 6 figures. I'll just be like chilling at home. I'll be like, and then after 5 minutes, I was like, is that my legacy? Is that my life? What the fuck am I doing? And it just clicked. It just set a fire in me. I went back to school. Like, I started doing XYZ. It's like, as a man, it's like I don't see the point.
I think everybody has that in them, though, to be like, everybody has it in them to want to be that stay-at-home person. It's in all of us. But it's in me every morning when I'm in bed at 7 a.m. Like, all right, should I get up?
But I do think that, like, that's more of a feminine nature. Like, masculinity is, I'm gonna be a go-getter. I'm gonna tune into this. It's like, I'm going to, like, the masculine frame is, I don't give a fuck how I feel. I went and did it anyways. Like, you go to fight wars. They send a bunch of men. I don't give a fuck how I feel. I'm going to fight for my country. I mean, like, we fought a lot of bullshit wars, obviously. But, like, there are times where, like, you do have to stand up. And that's a masculine frame. And I don't believe that that's a woman's responsibility. I think, like, men and women have two very separate, like, a set of skills. And it's just...
So your answer is that it's not a red flag if she doesn't have savings or retirement?
Oh, no, I wouldn't give a fuck about that. Because I feel like that's my responsibility. Ultimately, I would never bank on, like, getting older and us living off of her income. I think for a woman who craves stability and security, you want to know that someone has that, because it's like, what are we going to do?
When do you think it's a good time to have that conversation in a relationship?
Probably on the first fucking date.
What's in your 401k, homie?
Not even, like, you don't, like, have to probe about, like, amounts, but you... probe but like, you can probe about their, like, ideology. Like, hey, like, are you, like, a big spender? You know, like,
right, you got a 401k. What's your 10 package at?
Yeah,
work?
What's your 10-year plan? Like, where do you see yourself? Do you feel like your job is setting you up for life? Like, you can, like, ask these things without being like, hey, what's your net worth? You know, like, you can kind of probe a bit. Probe. Anyways,
this guy can't say probe.
It's such a weird word. Reminds me of fucking aliens.
Okay. Is it a red flag if someone has... Red flag or not?
Yo, we got you, caveman. Appreciate you for...
Man should hold up the house, but both, I think, should have money coming in. Even if the woman saves her money and you spend more, just save money.
If that's your guys' prerogative, like, and if that's your guys' agreement, great, you know? Every household's going to be different, so...
Well...
Everyone should contribute.
Whether that's cooking,
if someone's bringing in all the money, then someone should be taking care of this. If you're both bringing in the money 50-50, then
split up the jobs.
It's like, you're a team. You're a fucking team.
Next, red flag or not.
Okay, let's
if they have been married or divorced before.
That wouldn't bother me.
No?
No.
What if they got a crazy ex? What if they're separated? How do we feel about that?
I don't know. I think a lot of these things women would care about more. But I don't feel like I'm a typical guy either.
Oh yeah, you're different.
Yeah, you fucking stay back in first grade.
You're different. You stay back in first grade.
No, yeah, I think for me it probably wouldn't matter. I would,
even with the crazy ex-husband in the picture.
I mean, what's he gonna do?
Harass
me?
I'll
smack the. Oh my god! You know what? I don't even.
Oh my god!
I don't even like showing them. But yeah, like, I'm not fearful of shit like that. Because I have such a big ego. So like that kind of shit wouldn't bother me. But you know, if it was a situation where she couldn't get out of like if she was still drawn to the situation, that's a big fucking problem.
What if he's on the couch and she's in the bed?
That's a nuisance.
That's messy.
Yeah, that's
like living at home with your parents.
No, I'd rather her be like, yeah, I'm living at home than her being like, I'm still with my man.
Yeah, he's on the couch.
I'm sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, we all know how that goes.
Yeah.
I heard that one before.
Yeah.
If I had a nickel for every time a guy said, "Oh, I'm on the couch," I'd be like, "So you crawl on the bed at least 3 times a week, and you guys have sex,
or you try to, you
right.
know, yeah."
Okay, well, obviously for me, it's a red flag if you've been. Well, it's okay if you've been married or divorced, but I'm gonna have a chip on my shoulder about it until I know the details. What the hell is that?
You bought me this.
The butt plug on top?
So what's a butt plug?
I saw a girl wearing one of these at the strip club right in her butthole. Don Julio.
Didn't you say this last time?
No, yeah, it was a diamond though.
It was a diamond.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna say it's a red flag for me, but I'm gonna say that it's raising flags.
Yeah.
For me, because I want to know the details. Okay, next one. Red flag or not? Has had a DUI.
I thought you were gonna say a UTI.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten a lot today, and this tequila drink just went woo.
If someone has a fucking DUI, yeah, it's a fucking red flag.
What if it was 10 years ago?
Especially if we're out drinking, and
they're still drinking.
Yeah,
I feel like a DUI is the thing that makes you be like, I'm never drinking again.
No, people get DUIs and are fucking drunk the next day because, you know.
What's left to live for? If you can't drive to the liquor store, now you gotta walk.
Yeah. No.
What if it was 10 years ago? They were 21. Like it was like.
Yeah.
Their birthday.
If it was like within the past couple of years, I'd be like a little more wary.
And on the date, they have like a couple glasses of wine.
Anyone who drinks, we've all driven. What is English? Anyways.
Driven.
We have all drove drunk. You know, I'm not gonna say like plaster, but like we've all drove a little buzzed. You know, so
I think everyone here could say they've driven when they shouldn't have.
It could have happened to any of us. So, but again, like from our first thing, if they say that and you're on a date and someone has taken back 6 shots and you're on 1, then it's a bit more alarming. You know, you're like, what the fuck is going on here?
This guy can really put him down.
Yeah, you already got a Dewey.
You got a Dewey under his belt.
Fucking ripping shots. What's really good here? But yeah, it is a bit alarming. Like no matter like when it happened, it's like
it's always gonna be like in the back of my mind.
Yeah, because like you couldn't even talk your way out of the Dewey. What the fuck?
Couldn't bet your eyes.
Like you couldn't even act normal.
That's how drunk you were.
Yeah, come on.
So all right.
Anyways,
I mean, for me, it's a red flag. I don't care when it was. Doesn't mean I'm not going to date you. It's just going to be out in the back of my mind. It's a red flag. I'm gonna let you show me who you are.
You'll be I feel like you're a real one. You'll be like, you know what? I'll do all the drunk driving from now on. That way you get no more on your record. I got you.
And I'll get one. We can have it together.
Yeah.
Wait, can I tell you a quick little story about that? I dated someone briefly right before I met my current boyfriend, and we met in person, which was like, oh my god, it wasn't on a fucking dating app. And I was like, I thought this guy was like cute, and I was like, wow, so excited. And we went on our first date, and I blacked out, which I have never done before.
Damn.
I blacked out, and I was so embarrassed because the next morning I woke up and I was like, fuck.
You're like, why am I still hard?
I was like, fuck. And he was like really, really understanding and like not upset with me at all for blacking out. And I honestly, that was kind of a red flag. I was like, why is he so okay with the fact that I blacked out on a first date?
Well, because you gave him some. So he don't give a fuck at that point. He's like, I don't give a fuck if she...
He got a little like weird when I was like, I don't remember.
Oh yeah, because at that point he's like, is she about to go?
Oh shit. TikTok. He got a little weird when I told him that I didn't remember.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm not trying to be hungover tomorrow, my guy.
Health juices.
I'm not trying to be hungover tomorrow, my guy.
Listen. So I thought it was kind of a red flag that he was so accepting of the fact that I blacked out.
Well, because it was probably... it's probably normal for him.
So then
Yeah.
we dated for about 4 weeks, and within those 4 weeks, he showed his true colors, which was alcoholism, and he hit a police officer with his vehicle because he got a DUI. And his face was on the fucking news. His face was on the internet, and I didn't see it. So, if a word of advice to anyone who's on dating apps or meeting people, just Google their name. Just Google it.
Interesting.
Because not once did I think to Google that guy's name. And then I did, and his fucking mugshots came up. And this guy basically drank a whole bottle of hard liquor at my house, and I caught him on my cameras in my house drinking nips out of my freezer. And I was like, literally like, who is this person?
Damn.
So, moral of the story is, he was a closet alcoholic, told me he had done a 180 on his life. I never went to his house, discovered later on he lived with his mom, had a DUI, hit a cop drunk.
Damn, you know how to pick him.
And he was on the fucking news. And I didn't know until I Googled his name. So ladies and gentlemen, Google people's fucking names. Google them.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways.
Shit, I was probably trying to act like I wasn't drunk, which is Rudy.
Yeah, I'm very curious. Like, who takes over when we're blacked out?
Right. Like, I'm like, what was I saying?
Who's in charge?
I remember, like, snippets. You know when you remember coming in and out? Like, that. First of all, that was the first time I ever blacked out in my life.
Damn.
And I remember, like, coming in and out, and, like, some of the things I was saying, I was just, like, taking my pants off and shit. Like, just like, just like.
Like in Stop and Shop.
Well, I told him that I told him I loved him. I was like, but it wasn't like I love you. It was just like, I love you, like type of thing.
Oh, you were cooked.
I was, and then the whole next day he was like, I love you, and I was like, whoa.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's how I felt.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, but then he like took it to the next level, and I was like, hey, I just want to apologize for anything I said. I didn't mean it, and he was like, oh, word, okay, like pissed that I didn't love him after the first date. Red flag.
What is the earliest that you've said I love you and meant it? Thought you meant it.
I mean, I think I've said it within like 2 months.
Oh, okay.
That's not that early.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's really not.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I'm not one to just throw it around, you know. I wait.
Yeah, I get it.
All right. Consensuses, DUIs, or red flags. Okay.
Yeah, the fucking red flag.
Consensuses.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yes.
And
I like that you're running it tonight. Appreciate you. Thank you. That's a good co-host.
I came prepared. Next question. Is it a red flag or not if they drive an outdated / old-ish car?
For a girl? Oh, I wouldn't care about that.
You don't give a fuck about anything.
No, I care about a lot. If you said, like, is she a Satanist, I'd be like, damn. You want some 1942? You want some ice?
I can't have that.
You want some ice?
I can't have that. No, you know what? I'm going to drink this.
Good for you.
Good for you. So, you don't give a shit.
Yeah, I could see why a girl would to a degree, but, like, you know, it depends on his goals and aspirations. Like, does he drive a shittier car because he's investing a bunch into business? And does he drive a nicer car and he can barely afford any of his bills and he's just living to get by?
No, I don't want a car poor guy. You know? I don't care what kind of car it is. Does it work? Does it operate? And it does matter a little bit. Like, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, no, I don't really want to be driving around in your 2002 Nissan Altima. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
Like, around the fucking 2000s, yeah. Like, it would have to be a 2014 or newer, I would think.
Like, I sit here asking myself, like, why does that matter? Why does it matter? And I don't even have a fucking answer.
I think that, like, as a man, like, you want to have some class, you know? Like, you want to have...
It's a standard thing.
Like, you want to know that, like, when you're driving your car, there's not a higher probability of it breaking down. Like, you know...
Yes,
Like, you want to drive something reliable.
What if the girl you're dating lives 30 minutes from you? Like,
yeah,
are you going to get in your car and do, like, a little prayer?
Like, you want to make your... Like, if you have to spend a little extra cash, like, to know that when you get in your vehicle, it's reliable? Destination. Yeah, and, like, I don't think there's, like, anything, like, like to have a car that you're kind of like zip tying shit at like at that point, and it's like when you start, you know, if it's gonna start, like, bro, just like invest in something like a little nicer. It doesn't have to be something glamorous, but something that, like, you know, is reliable, like it looks okay. Like, don't, yeah, that's like a whole kind of I've driven shitty cars and being like, yo, this shit's gonna break down at any fucking moment.
We have a question.
I need some ice.
It says, coming from a woman, any advice for walking up to a girl to say hi, like ways to do it or to do it better? Well,
I'm gonna let you take it. I'm gonna grab some ice.
okay.
Oh, it's a solo oh shit, I'm still on camera.
Get off my show.
It's a show.
Shaylee solo show. Say that 10 times fast. From a woman's perspective, stop. Walking up to a girl, it depends on where you are. If you're in a coffee shop, fine. Girls, I don't think typically like being approached at the gym. There's like a stigma around that. I don't think they love it. I personally don't mind. Like, if I was single, I don't care where a guy's approaching me. I really don't. And I think if you have seen her there multiple times, be like, hey, I've seen you here a couple times, and I just wanted to come up and say hi. And like, it doesn't have to be a whole thing. Or definitely don't, if it's at the gym, definitely don't come up to her and critique anything that she's doing. Just, I'm getting bottle service right here. Do you want the tip in your panties or your bra? For my bottle service, bitch.
I thought you were talking about the gym.
No, yeah. I think, do not comment on their bodies or their looks.
Like, start a normal conversation.
Yeah,
right?
just be like, hey, do you live around here? I've seen you here a couple times. I've noticed you, and I just wanted to come up and introduce myself. Like, it literally can be that simple. It doesn't need to be a whole thing. Rudy, be yourself. Don't put on a fake persona, because eventually the fake persona is going to be exposed. Stay away from the goofy pickup lines. Yes, no goofy pickup lines. No goofy pickup lines. Just be yourself. Oh, shit. And yeah, start an organic conversation. Where do you live? Are you from around here?
Where do you live?
What's your address?
Where do you live?
What's your P.O. box address?
Where do you live? Oh, that's great.
I did it at Target last time, and she was amazing. Not worked out cool. I did see the couple times before. Thanks for the advice.
Listen, you don't be afraid of rejection. Try and try and try and try. Never give up. Even if you get rejected 10 times.
That's awful.
Even if you get... I even made it great, too. You see me do the little circle. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to make it better. You ready? I want to put some guava juice in it.
No!
I'm fucking with you.
No guava. I hate guava. Yeah. It's always a little bit alarming to be approached by a guy in a store. Like, it's like, oh my God, what's going to happen? What's he going to say? Oh, is that the margarita mix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's margarita lemonade. Fuck.
Oh my God. It's always a little alarming to have a guy come up to you anywhere. Do you have any snacks in here? I'm getting a little hungry.
I have a meat stick.
I don't want your meat stick.
I literally have
I saw it. I don't want it.
Let's see what I got.
Anyways, women get a little startled when a man approaches them. Like, for instance, don't do it in a parking lot. Don't do it really like anywhere where there's not people around, you know, like on the sidewalk in a parking lot. If you're in a public place, that's fine. Gym, store, coffee shop, obviously. Maybe, you know what else isn't a terrible thing to do? If you're at a restaurant and you see a girl from across the way that you think is cute, send her over a drink or something. Or
send her a drink. I
yeah.
like that. But do you feel like a lot of girls these days are looking for a gold dug, where it's like they're like, I just got a free drink. I'm gonna, you know.
Can't eat those.
Why, is there nuts in it or something?
Almonds.
Oh, you can't have almonds?
No.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, send her over a drink. It's gonna sound crazy, but approach in your league. Yeah, that too. Don't like.
Nah, bro, aim for this motherfucking stars. Shoot way above. Be unrealistic, because you might land one. I did.
I think we should move on to the next question.
I'm a 7 and my girl's a 10.
So the old car thing.
Yeah. Yeah, for a man, we don't
Actually,
give a fuck.
is Adam in here? I want to see what he would tell. What? Ew, Adam's not even in here. What a faker. What a fake supporter.
It's okay.
So the old car, it's not appealing. It's not the biggest deal, but I need a is there nuance? Is your car in the shop? Is your real car?
Is that a rental?
Okay, here's another one.
Damn, you went in. Okay.
Red flag or not? Never been to therapy.
Oh, that's definitely a red flag.
Yeah.
Like,
someone who thinks I just don't need it.
Yeah, like any kind of like therapy, psychotherapy, a life coach, something. Is it any better?
Any type of therapeutic situation, and the gym doesn't count.
No, it doesn't.
Any type of therapeutic treatment, doesn't have to be medical, but like a life coach.
Yeah.
Do you journal? Do you set goals?
Do you read good books? Do you read good podcasts?
Yeah. Do you listen to podcasts? Like,
yeah.
Do you do anything in your day to day that's just for you, your mental health, time for yourself? That's completely for your mental health. For me, if someone is just like, no, never, don't need it, don't do that. I go to work, go home, go to bed, like.
Yeah.
That's not sustainable.
Yeah. No,
that's
it's
not sustainable. You're gonna wake up at 60 and be like, what the fuck did I do with my life?
And I'm the same fucking person.
Yeah. No changes, no improvements.
No growth, nothing.
So yeah, red flag?
Hell yeah, it's a red flag. Like, you need something. Yeah,
okay. Okay, next one. This might be weird. This might sound weird, but what do we have?
I don't even know. So someone just put their name. I'm gonna be like, what up, Ian?
Cool.
It's not bad.
Doesn't go to the doctor to get their annual checkups. Red flag or not? That includes STD checks.
Yeah, that's key. You know, like I feel like it's not even about them going to the doctors. It's just about
caring.
Yeah, like knowing that they like care for their health. And if they're not going to the doctors, do you live a healthy life? But if you're dating someone who like doesn't give a shit about what they put into their body and they're not getting checked regularly, or if they have 100 bodies and you're like, have you ever been tested? And like, nah. It's a
red flag.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Red flags are waving all over town.
Yeah. I think just an inclination of, self-care goes a long way. And going to your annual checkups, too. I mean, like, do I believe in the average doctor? Like, will they do a lot for you? Like, probably not. But they can give you, like, a slip to get some lab work done, and you can, assess for yourself.
Okay. I agree with that. I think that a person who's like, oh, I haven't been to the doctor. Like, I've dated people who are like, oh, I've been having this, like, stomach pain for, like, 6 months. I'm like, when's the last time you went to the doctor? They're like,
yeah, you
basically since I got off my parents' health insurance.
No, that's the worst thing is to date someone that is
chronically ill.
Is enduring.
Chronically ill.
That is enduring something, and they won't go and get checked out.
I'm like running to the doctor. I'm running to WebMD.
Dude, I'm going to the hospital, and I am making up anything for them to give me a full body CAT scan. I'm gonna be like, my vision's blurry.
I passed out.
I haven't shit in 6 days. I'm just gonna make shit up. It just so they give me a full body CAT scan. And
all right, next one.
How many did you make?
Look at.
I like it.
Red flag or not? Does not have healthy relationships with families and or does not speak to family.
I actually think that's a green flag.
Nuance, bell ringing. I want to hear nuance.
I think I think that when I see someone that gets along with everybody, I'm like, are you a doormat? Because there is going to be people in your life that are testing you, saying the wrong things, and for like to know that you have turmoil to a degree is like, again, I would need to know like
nuance.
Like yeah. But
because like I know people who don't talk to their parents because they're just like spoiled assholes, you know.
Yeah.
I know spoiled pieces of shit that just don't like, and I know their parents, and I'm like, your parents were so good to you, and like they did their best, and maybe they didn't have a lot of money, but they did their absolute best, and you're just a spoiled asshole.
Yeah.
And I also know people who have absolute trash for parents and just choose to be above that.
Yeah. No,
To me personally, when someone doesn't have, because family is so important to me.
Yeah.
I have 4 siblings, and like, to me, when somebody is like, yeah, I don't talk to my parents,
I would have to be like, what's going on? And they're like, like my dad just, I wanted that car for my birthday.
Right.
What the fuck are you talking about?
My dad like put my name on all my student loans, and we just never spoke since.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I need to know why. If someone told me that, I'd be like, okay, well, you're an asshole because you're an asshole.
Yeah.
So red flag.
I would have to ask, but I would also like look at it like from both angles. Like okay, there's like when someone has a problem with a lot of people that like were once like close to them, it's like okay, you like you're setting boundaries, I think, but like who's the problem here?
If you look at the person and like they don't have many friends and they don't speak to their family, that's kind of when I feel like, okay,
yeah,
this person has like is the common denominator in their relationships.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, next one. Ooh. Is it a red flag or not? Speaks negatively of themselves or can't accept a compliment. Yes. You know, like when you say someone's like pretty and like, no, stop. And I do it all the time.
Yeah.
People say nice things and I'm like, oh no. Like women are designed to brush off compliments.
Yeah.
Because if we say, thank you. How does that make you feel when you say, you look so beautiful tonight? And the woman says, thanks. Like, do you feel anything about that? Because in my bones, I'm like, you conceited bitch.
I would rather her say that than
be like, oh, stop it.
Like, than not accept like the compliment, you know. I think anyone that has a hard time accepting compliments, you're
you need
on
to do some inner work
path of self-destruction, and I think that you have to go to the next extreme. Every time someone compliments you, be like, I know, thank you. Just fucking fake it and like until you actually believe it and until you can accept it, because I don't think that like modesty leads to anything productive and
it doesn't.
Any form of self-growth.
Anytime
doesn't. Someone says like is something nice about you and you can't accept it and you're like, no, not me. Like just be like, yeah, you're right. Thank you so much for saying that. Just affirm it.
Like I'm glad you noticed because I've been trying.
Affirm it and accept it, even if you don't believe it. I don't think that like modesty really gets people anywhere. And then people will be like, well, okay, like what's the opposite of modesty? It's arrogance. I would rather be arrogant than just kind of walk around like, hey, I'm average.
Because like if you're not gonna, you're not gonna gas yourself up, then who the fuck is?
Like
you're gonna go about life waiting for other people to validate you?
If it offends other people, who gives a shit? Feel a certain way about yourself. Feel like get some form of a spark. Talk nice about yourself. Say good things about yourself. When people say good things about you, accept it, affirm it, be like, thank you, I know. And just keep it moving. Like, stop just fucking brushing shit off like, yeah, I'm a nobody. Why would anyone feel that way about me?
Who wants to hang out with you?
Where the fuck are you going to get in life if you have no positive beliefs about yourself? So, to the other part of your question, which was, like, someone that talks negative about themselves, where does that get you? What good things are going to happen in your life if you have nothing fucking good to say about yourself? It's like, all I say is bad things about myself, and I want to get to here. How does that equate? It doesn't.
Right. The goals and the goals and the actions are not aligning.
Yeah, because and then even if and then even by the grace of God, if you do get to that point, like you get to that point and you have nothing good to say about it?
Right, like yeah.
What the fuck?
You know,
what's the point?
The saying count your blessings, like someone said that to me once when I was, I was like 21 and I was working 3 jobs, singing in the band, and she was like, well, this is a coworker who was in her 30s and like just always salty at me for no reason. She said, well, count your blessings because some people only have one job. And I'm like, is this a blessing or is this something I fucking worked my ass off for?
Yeah, for sure.
And so I just always hated feeling like I should feel guilty for having shit that women older than me didn't have. And like, I came from nothing and I made my life the way it is all by my fucking self. I'm not I didn't pray for this. I worked for it. Mm-hmm. Not to discredit anybody who prays for things because that's fine, but I didn't.
Yeah, like you just went out and did it.
I got out of bed every day and did it. I didn't pray. I cried.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that definitely envy the success of others, and they show it in like everyday life. Like I wrote down like a question about what was it? Should wealthy people be taxed more to reduce income equality? And like that kind of like reminded me of your question because I bust my ass off, right? And I remember a point in time where I didn't have much going for me, and I was living by this like ideology that like rich people were like assholes. And when it came out that if they were taxed more, that like
things would even out.
I would benefit more from it. So at that point in time when I had nothing going for me, I was like, that sounds great. But after I put in 16-hour days for 4 years straight, I built a company up from nothing. I've rebranded my shit fucking 20 times. Like, I've had sleepless nights, sacrificed time with my children. I've sacrificed my fucking health at times. Like, you mean to tell me that...
You're going to tax me more now?
That, like, I'm in a different bracket and now I have to pay even more money back? For what?
Right, now that you're somebody who's... Because these millionaires don't make the money doing nothing.
It doesn't work like that. All right. If my company is worth several figures, right? And I'm being taxed more. Like, you have to understand that how big my company is. I have employees and people underneath me that I have to pay. The more you tax me,
the less they get paid.
And I deserve a piece of my pie too. Like, you think that I fucking put in all this time just to live an average life? No, I want to live lavishly because I've sacrificed everything. So it's like it just like it makes no sense to me. But at a point in my life where I didn't have shit going for me, it did. I'm like, they're the fucking problem. Right. And now that I've like tuned into that, I'm like, no.
I'm writing off fucking pencils.
I'm like, no, like it's.
I'm writing off socks.
Yeah, right. Like it's not easy being a business owner. Like, and especially like when you start to get some form of success, you're like, okay, like what do I do with this? How do I? And like for me, like like every single one of my companies, I've donated a lot of money. Every time someone buys something, I give money back. So I got to give money back, which like I love doing, and I got to pay more taxes. It's for what? It's fucking crazy. Anyways, I'm done with my tangent.
Donations are a write-off.
I haven't written off any donation I've ever done.
It's a write-off. It's a tax write-off.
I don't. That's not why I'm doing it.
Doesn't have to be why, but it's still a tax write-off.
Yeah, you know, maybe I'll start.
You should.
I'll let you bookkeep.
Yeah.
I'll let you bookkeep. I'm like, yeah, I'm missing some zeros.
My next red flag or not is, I guess this kind of goes with the DUI, has a past in capitals with substance abuse. Past in capitals. It's like that saying, once a cheater, always a cheater. Is that true when it comes to substances? What is it the thing that triggers them? Because there's always a trigger for alcoholics, drug addicts, right?
Yeah. Well, I will say...
It's a red flag.
I think the most incredible people on this earth are people that actually have struggled with like past trauma, such as like substance abuse or just like abuse in general. So people like that can make an incredible example of themselves, because I feel like if you just kind of live a mediocre life, like you go through the motions and then you die one day. I feel like if this is the baseline of life and you've experienced trauma to like a certain degree, I also think that if like here's mediocrity, you can, the duality is that like you can make something like really special of yourself and you can like help other people, and it can be very motivational. Because my brother made a joke once. He was like something about crack. He was like, if a crackhead can like spend all day trying to find crack and have no money and find a way to get crack, he's like, then you can find a way to fucking run a business, you know? So it's like, but it is a red flag, especially if they've kind of experienced that and now that they're living a mediocre life. I think it's much easier for them to like flip the switch and then tune back into that. If they have a lot going for them, it might be harder to risk.
Do you think that it's a better pair for two people to be together who have a past of substance abuse, or is it better for one person to never have done any drugs or alcohol and the other person?
Yeah, I think that if you can kind of empathize and understand what someone else is going through, it always makes for a better pair. I think when there's
two
of them.
Yeah.
I think if you're with someone and you're kind of like, how did you endure that? If he goes through that again,
You'll
how
never
would I help him?
understand.
It's hard to like empathize and really like put yourself in that. But someone that has gone through that might need someone that has never, so they can understand that like not everyone has a problem like that, you know. So
Like it can work.
It could work, you know. But like if that person's always judging you or they're not like
But
accepting of your
I meet
past
so
or-
many people who are like, "Oh, my husband's sober,"
Yeah.
and like it's not even a thing. He just had a past. He used to drink, doesn't do it anymore, can't handle it.
Yeah.
To me,
It's tough too because people have to understand that when you're like an alcoholic or a drug addict, that's just a symptom. Like that's not your problem.
right. It's
That's-
something that you use to cope with your problems.
Exactly. So if someone like has been sober for like 10, 20, 30 years, but they haven't cured any of their like underlying problems or like going to therapy about it, then yeah, that's still an issue. Like to be 30 years sober and to still wake up every single day being like, I hope I don't drink today is fucking
You haven't done the work.
It's fucking insane to me.
Right.
Like that's crazy. I see a life coach. I see him twice a month and he's been sober for a while and it's a non-issue for him. He's even been like, I could drink at this point, but he's like, I understand now through my own journey that it's toxic. I'm putting poison into my body. Why would I want to do that? I care too much about myself. But he's like, people that do it like right in front of me here and there, like it's a non-issue to me. I don't have a craving. I don't have this. Like I don't wake up and I'm not at war with myself anymore. Like to be fucking 20 years sober and to still wake up, I hope I don't drink today.
And have to fight it.
Oh my goodness, that's horrendous. I feel bad for
And it doesn't-
anyone that's done that. You should do more work probably.
Though it is a red flag, it doesn't make you a bad person.
No, everyone struggles. Everyone needs advice. Some people just take it like more to the extreme than others. Chug. Oh my god, I almost died on an ice cube recently. I was drinking and I had full ice cubes in my drink.
You swallowed a whole one?
And I took like a big sip because like it was the last of it. And like the ice cube that was there, I was like, oh, I can swallow this. and it got stuck and I had to like wait for it to melt. Thank God it was an ice cube, right?
What the hell?
Fuck was that? Shay.
Shay. All right, what's my next red flag or not?
Yeah. Keep them coming. This is great content.
Now that this is just a funny one. Chews like a cow or talks with their mouth full on a date or in general.
It's just distracting. It's very distracting.
Yeah, like have you ever been on a date with someone or like out with somebody who's you're just like you can't even focus because
I don't think I have, but
I have.
I can imagine it and it just seems distracting. And to me it's like I'm very big on like spatial awareness and like bodily awareness and like how do you not notice that food's flying out of your mouth? Like we can't have, it's a fucking problem.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a red flag, but I would say
I would speak up about it. I'd be like, do
you need a hanky?
you fucking bib?
Yeah, it's not a red flag, but it's not a green flag. Is it a red flag? Is their best friend?
All right, Rudy said, is that a red flag if their best friend is the opposite sex?
Rudy's spilling a hot tea.
Yeah. I feel like this does require nuance.
Okay, for instance, right now, we are friends. We have been friends since we were 12.
Yeah.
We have never
11.
crossed the... 11. We have never crossed the friend boundary.
Yeah, I fucking met you in first grade.
When you stay back.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that if I just met you a couple months ago and I was like, hey,
my bestie,
let's fucking do a podcast together.
Red flag.
Yeah, that's a red flag. But I think if you've invested time in someone and you've never like crossed that threshold ever, I think it's different. Very different. I think that, all right, so like I have a significant other and I explained it like this. I'm like the people that have been in my life that I've developed these like relationships with, you have to accept that. If I come home and I meet a new
and I have a new friend,
female friend, that's a fucking problem. I'm not at a point in my life where I'm looking for female friends. There was a point where I gathered them or they just happen by proxy, and we stayed friends throughout the years. But if I come home and I'm like, oh yeah, there's this girl at work, she's great. Oh my god, I promise we're just friends. And I told my girl, I'm like, I will never do that, and if I do, it's a fucking problem. So, anyways, if you have tenure, it's different. If you have a new male friend, it's a fucking issue, or a new female friend, it's an issue. That's my take on it.
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with that.
Like, I'm not looking for more female friends at this point in my life. Why the fuck do I need to do that?
I think if we are acquiring new friends at this age of the opposite sex, where are we meeting them? How are we meeting them? And why are we getting so close to the point where we want to hang out outside of work or whatever it is? Like outside of the gym, like what he said. Okay. Next red flag or not?
I can't wait to clip all of these.
How do you...
and go fucking viral.
Viral. How do you feel about... Wait, I already forgot it. Okay, this is just, again, more like dinner dating etiquette. Red flag or not when you order and she goes, I'll have the same thing. Do we like that? Is that like, ooh, you don't have a mind of your own? First thought, I'm like, you don't have a mind of your own. You're too nervous to order your own food. You don't know what you like.
I will say that, like, my ego leads me to believe that the decisions that I make
are that good,
are the best. So if you're following what I'm doing, I'm also... But, like, a man loves that shit. When you start dating a woman and she adapts to your life, she likes your sport team, she likes your favorite UFC fighter all of a sudden, she loves your car, she loves the food you eat. Like, men want women to experience life through their eyes. So it's like when you...
What if you got the tofurkey sandwich?
That's
a test.
But at that point in time, I would never eat some shit like that. But wait, what the fuck's a tofurkey?
I watched you.
What's a tofurkey?
Remember at Plant City? I watched you. You ate a cauliflower pizza, my boy.
No, it was like a buffalo cauliflower pizza on
vegan cheese.
On like a cauliflower. It was all... I hate cauliflower.
Did you have the worst gas ever after that?
No, I think my body actually enjoyed it.
The fermentation?
Yeah, my body. Yeah, I think
For me, like, as a woman, I'm just like, because I'm so empowered, I'm just like, I'll have the steak.
If my girl ever ordered something, I would never be like, I'll take the same.
Right.
I would never do that because I feel like I would have to say it like that.
I've been so in my masculine, though, as my whole life. I'd be like, I'll have the steak because, like, I feel like I need to show a man, like, I can make my own decisions.
Yeah.
I'm not going to order the same thing as you. Even if you are getting the steak, I wanted it first. Like, I got to work on that.
If my girl orders first, or if we're having a discussion about the menu prior, I try and find something that I also think that she's going to like, and then we can go half-seas. I fuck with going half-seas.
I like to split.
I fuck with going half-seas.
I do like to split.
I get sick of shit quick. I'm like, okay, I need a bite of that real quick.
Yeah.
And it like resets my taste buds, and I can dive back into mine.
I do like to get two things we both like and share it.
Variety is this place of life.
So it's not a red flag if she orders the same thing?
No. But I would never order the same thing as my girl. I would have to order first.
Rudy likes it when a girl uses his lingo.
Yeah, everyone loves that.
I do like
a man loves that.
I like language.
Like when I start saying like my girl says all the shit that I say, which really is not a good thing to be out in public.
Because it's garbage.
But behind closed doors, it's great.
It's funny.
I'm like, did you just really use that word? And it's funny. And they're probably like, fuck. But it's empowering. Like you want to build yourself up to a degree where the people around you kind of like look up to you. And if you're adapting to my lifestyle and like what I say, it's a good feeling. Now, if I'm a piece of shit, that's a completely different story because you shouldn't be adapting my lifestyle. But I guess even a piece of shit would like that too, which isn't a problem.
Another one of the red flags or not is if somebody that has a lot of swearing in the vocabulary.
Fuck. I stay back in first grade. I'm never. That was fucking disrespectful that you said that.
Oh yeah, you're older because you stayed back in first grade.
Yeah,
that's right.
That was fucked up.
What year were you born?
93.
When's your birthday? March. Why did I know that?
When's your birthday? Well, hold on.
Your birthday's March 20. I'm way off, huh? It's in the beginning of March?
No.
Middle.
Yeah, middle-ish.
March 12th. Got it.
11th.
Oh!
Close. You were born in October?
You know my birthday. Quit pretending. You got packages coming to my door.
June? July? August? September? October? November? December? I feel like you're later in the year.
I'm not even. Fuck you. I knew your birthday was in March.
Damn. How do I know this? I know Dallas's birthday. Dallas is her twin.
Yo.
No, I really...
November.
Yeah, I said later in the year.
It's today.
Imagine, I would feel like...
It's the 16th.
shit.
It's the 16th.
Oh, in a couple days?
Today's the 7th, so in a week.
Oh, damn.
I'll be in
that's
Key
crazy.
West.
That's why you're going away. I was
Yeah,
like...
because who the hell wants to
was
celebrate
like, she just
31?
Like, when you said that you were going away, I was like, damn, she's living a good life. Good for her. I didn't even realize it was your birthday.
My birthday.
I'll be better.
But now that I said November, you're like, oh yeah. Nope, didn't ring a bell. Okay.
What do you want for your birthday?
All I want for my birthday is
Oh, damn.
honestly, just peace. Peace and quiet.
I'll send you some fucking noise-canceling headphones. I got you.
Smoke cigarettes, red flag or not? Cigarettes, red flag or not?
Come on.
Red flag? What about 10 years ago, Pat? Would you think cigarettes were a red flag?
I mean, we've all tried a cigarette. You know what I'm trying to say. We've all tried it. We're not proud of it. Some of us still do it. Some of us don't. You know. But I just don't like kissing someone like when they smell like
Yuck.
it, or their clothes. And I have kids, and it's like third-hand smoke's a real fucking thing. I don't want to be anal. Anal. Anyways.
Okay. Ooh. This is a good one. It's another like personality related thing.
But is smoking cigs a red flag for you?
100%.
I feel like if you roll your own cigarettes and
It
you're
makes
like,
you more of a scumbag.
no, I feel like if you're like, oh, it's some organic tobacco, it's this, it's that, I can respect that more. Like, I just feel like cigarettes are trash.
They are trash. Okay, this one. Red flag or not? Gets fast food, breakfast, and coffee upwards of 4 times a week. Do you like that? I don't like that. You driving to work every day having a fucking bagel sandwich and a birthday cake flavored coffee?
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's gross.
If it was our lifestyle because of how busy we were, then I would understand it more. But I don't know. Like, my girl cooks every single morning, so I'm so out of that mind frame that I couldn't even picture a life like that.
Yeah,
I mean, I went through like a point in time where I was dropping several grand on Grubhub a month because
that's crazy.
I could show you.
Were you too busy to cook?
I wasn't in the like I was using food and sleep as a tool to get by. Like, I would eat because I needed energy, and I would go to bed. The minute I would wake up, I was up. So it's like it depends on your situation.
You know what? I should have put that in there. Going back, one red flag or not.
I would rather a girl smoke weed than fucking smoke cigarettes. 1,000%.
I think that for certain people, there's a culture with marijuana that they just can't break free from, and it's just not for me. Honestly, anything outside of the occasional drink, or if like you really want to dabble in like microdosing or something, I'm out.
Yeah.
I can't do potheads or cigarette smokers.
Yeah, potheads like is another thing too. It's like
if you
it fully
take a hit of a
absorbs
joint
your
at a party, one thing.
Yeah.
If you're straight up waking up in the morning and you're like, all right, weed, coffee, like then my day starts. I don't like it. I don't love it.
I like spontaneous
weed smoking.
Yes. Where it's like randomly.
Oh, you're at a party, someone has a joint.
Yeah, like
I don't do that, but that's cool.
Like, or like random, like me and my girl, like probably like a year into our relationship, randomly we were just like, what if we smoke some weed? And we did it for like 2 days straight, and we watched some movies and we laughed, and then I had a bad trip, and I was like, yep, no, I'm fucking done with that.
I hate weed.
I was like literally
the bad trip is bound to happen.
You know, I got in the car to drive myself to the hospital, and then I was like, no. What I need to do is stop at the liquor store and get drunk to balance this out. I went to the liquor store, bought a bottle of wine, brought it to my car. It wasn't like a screw off. I chugged a bottle of wine in my car just to sober up. Oh my, and I didn't.
Yeah. Why would you ever think that would work?
I was fucking high. That's why I thought. That's why I fucking thought it would work.
High thoughts.
I was
something.
I was like, I'm high. If I chug a bottle of wine, it's gonna. And I was like,
Then you were zooted.
because wine always puts me to sleep. I was like, I have to go to sleep, and it just made it 20 times worse. It was fucking horrendous.
I can't believe you did that. Anyways, okay, so
You did that.
fast food and coffee 4 times a week. Fast food breakfasts and coffee for upwards of 4 times a week.
Yeah, I'm like a homebody now. You know. Yeah, I like things that. I mean, is that a
Give me them Kodiak cakes.
is that a super red flag? No. You know.
It's if they don't. What if they don't go to the gym and like they do that? Then I'm like ewy, and then I have the ick. Okay, next one. Has an inconsistent relationship with exercise but still looks okay, aka skinny fat.
Oh, okay. So, you think skinny fat is okay?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
So
I think
so they don't look okay then.
They don't look terrible to the naked eye, but you know they haven't
But
worked. You know they don't work out or eat right.
When they get naked, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
No, like to me, skinny fat is like they're really skinny. You just don't gain weight, but you eat whatever the fuck you want, but you don't exercise, and you're just riding on your genetics. To me, that wave, what's it gonna do?
Oh my god!
It's gonna crash.
Fucking
It's gonna crash.
It crashed for me.
It crashed for me too. Then I started deadlifting. So like, to me, if you eat like shit, don't exercise, but you maintain a good physique, I'm like, that's not sustainable. That's not my husband. That's not the person I'm gonna be with
like
forever.
You have to actively be taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
For sure.
Skinny fat, you can't ride on your genetics forever. So red flag.
No, genetics will, out of nowhere, be like, yeah, we're good. We're done helping you.
Right.
It's unfortunate.
They will do it.
It's unfortunate.
All right, I have 3 more red flags or not.
I got time.
Well, it's 8:30. It's 8:30.
It's 8:30. Actually, I want to be done at 8. So she's in overtime. You're in overtime.
I'm working
right
overtime. You owe me.
Yeah, some overtime.
I'm expecting a Venmo while I'm in Key West on my birthday.
I got you. I'm gonna be like, for your piece.
This is prevalent to right now and everything that's going on in the world, but it's not about politics, but it's about a person.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
It's red flag or not.
Okay.
The person you're dating has a very strong opinion on politics and religion and wants to talk about it often. Doesn't mean that they're combative. It just means that they're very passionate about their side of things. Is that a red flag?
It is a red flag for me because I feel like the more passionate people are on these nuances in the world, the less of a grip they have within themselves.
And the more delusion.
They just kind of like latch onto something, like, and again, I can only speak from experience. The times in my life where I had nothing going for me and I was searching for an identity, I could latch onto something and be like, okay, this is why my life is fucked up. It's because this person's in office and they haven't done X, Y, Z for me. And then when I flipped that script and I was like, okay, everyone has equal opportunity here.
Right.
I can do whatever the fuck I want. There are 8-year-olds on fucking YouTube that are quadruple my goddamn net worth.
Yep.
What the fuck am I doing?
Do you think they're sitting over here thinking about who's president and why they can't?
It is so easy to make money these days if you just flip your mind and tune in.
Lock in.
I mean, like, even people that go to school to get a degree. I was a personal trainer for like a decade. Do you know how many people went to college with a 4-year degree and then came and worked the front desk afterwards? I'm like, oh yeah, I was in college for this. And they have a bachelor's degree, and I'm making more money than they are. The amount of time that you put into getting a degree, studying, stressing.
You started a whole business.
If you put that into making money, you'd be fucking rich. Like, school is so goddamn time consuming. If you set deadlines for yourself, if you put the same energy into a business, you'd be fucking rich. Or you'd have a better blueprint to get rich. So I don't know what the fuck the question was. I'm going off on a tangent, but anyways.
You bring up a good point. It reminds me of this person that I know who would always, she was kind of in a toxic relationship for like almost 12 years. And I'm like, girl, when are you going to get out of that? And she would say, God will tell me when. Cop out.
I talked to my brother about this because he found God and he's super like well versed in the Bible, and we shot a podcast that I released. I have to do like clips from it, and I'm like, how often? And like, he's around hundreds of people that like talk to God, right, or have a relationship with God, and
Or
I'm like,
use prayer to get through their day.
and I'm like, how many people do you know that were like, oh, God told me to do it? And he's like, bro, pretty much everyone. And he's like, it's just so not like people will justify their own bullshit in any way
That's
that
what
they
I mean.
possibly can.
She'll stay in a toxic relationship for 5 extra years and say, God will give me the answer.
Yeah, God's not there to hold your hand. He's there to benefit your life when you decide to benefit it as well.
Right.
Like even something like prayer, even for you to like ask for something greater than yourself is you taking an action. A prayer is an action. So for you to be like, hey, I want a better life, please help me, and then you keep doing the same old bullshit.
Right, he's not going to help you.
Even though he's put in 5 opportunities in front of you to get the fuck out of that goddamn situation, and you don't even realize it because you're so caught up in your own bullshit. Like, man. Yeah, this is why a red flag for me. I got a bad relationship with everyone. I don't talk to my parents. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I love you, Mama. I love you, Mama.
I don't. I think it's a red flag if somebody.
I'm legally blind. Mama, I love you. Do you remember that fucking meme or whatever the hell that was? No, you don't remember. Anyways.
No, I don't. Anyways, I think it's a red flag. 2 more.
Wait, Shaylee is gonna do an intermission where she's gonna sing her favorite song.
Locked up, won't let me out.
No,
What?
it's Redbone, and you have to sing my peanut. And you have to sing the whole verse, right?
No. There's bad words in that.
Yeah, that was funny. Like, I remember that being on your like IG
You
profile.
wanna make it right, but now it's too late. My peanut butter chocolate cake with Kool-Aid.
Okay. Damn, it sounds good on these microphones.
These are good. In your ears?
Yeah. I'm gonna put these on stage for you. This is perfect. These are great.
They're not that good. What brand? Nah.
Like, nah, I've seen better.
I've seen better. All right, 2 more.
Okay, let's go. I'm ready.
I guess this typically wouldn't apply to a guy, but it could. There's nuance to everything, right? Red flag or not, never lets you drive or pay. Like if you're dating a girl and she's constantly like, no, like she was fighting you on paying the bill. Would that start to get old?
Mm-hmm.
If she's constantly fighting you?
Yeah.
Or if you're like, I'll pick you up. No, I'll meet you there. Like, what does she even want to hang out with you for?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like mixed ideas about this, like dating an independent woman, right? And for me, it's like I have a daughter, so I want to raise my daughter to be self-sufficient, but not raise her to not need a man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to raise you like, hey, I want like to raise you in a way that you say fuck all men because I can do it. No, I want to raise you to like have a backup plan. If something in your life doesn't go right, or you don't meet the right guy, or you think you found the right guy and you have a falling out, you can take care of yourself. But I'm not gonna build you up to like to shit on men, right? So it's like men in general have this weird relation. Well, I would say like go-getter men have a weird relationship with independent women because it's like I feel like the masculine frame is to take care of you, and it's like the more like I've built myself so I can take care of the people around me, and if you don't let me do that, I feel useless, which again might be an insecurity of mine, but still it's a bit annoying. Now, if I'm struggling financially and you're like, baby, I know you're in between jobs, it was a bad business month, I got you, I'll pay half, that's a way different story. But if we're good and like and I'm chilling in life and I'm doing well and you make it a point just to kind of like, because like for women it kind of feels like they're trying to prove a point at times about it, you know.
Yes.
I'm sure you've done it.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? A lot of the guys I've dated in the last 2 years didn't say no. So obviously this doesn't apply really. Like, if a guy never lets me drive or pay at this point in my life, like, there's a big part of me that likes to drive myself and pay for things
Yeah.
naturally because I've worked so hard my whole life. It's hard for me to let somebody else take the reins. But now, you can drive me any way you want. Pay for whatever you want.
That's great.
Last one. Is it a red flag or not if the person you're dating still calls their parents mommy and daddy? Do you want your daughter calling you daddy when she's 30? It's kind of cute when a girl does it, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's still adorable.
My mom still called her dad daddy, and she's 16.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
I think if a
I
guy is
call my
calling his mom mommy,
If I call my mom mommy, yeah, that's
like
that's
if you were
different.
like, "Hey, mommy, I just had a question on the phone." Like if I was with you and you called your mom and from me, like, "Hey, mommy, I'm just here with Shaylee. We
Yeah.
were about to go do this. I have a question." I would literally be like,
What do I call my mom? I think I call her me ma. I'm like, oh, what up, me ma? Or I call her like me mama. But like, I almost say it like more as a funny joke, like not like a.
"It's because you're like you're an adult now and you guys."
Mama, I love you.
Right.
Yeah. No. Yeah. But to call her mommy, that'd be wild.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
If a guy ever called his dad daddy,
Yeah. I'd be like, I need to go to the bathroom. If I
Crawl out the
crawl
window.
out the fucking window.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, but she's taking a long shit. Like, nah, she's back at home.
So, piece of advice: if you still call your parents that, do it in private. If you don't, even better.
And if you're a woman, it's okay. Call you like that should be your.
For some reason, women
Superhero,
get
you know?
away with fucking murder.
They should. Not actual murder, you know.
But like we get to call our parents mommy and daddy and
It's cute. It's feminine.
not make money and I don't know.
It's feminine, and I feel like a lot of the questions that like I answered tonight is because like a lot of these things is like embodying the masculine frame. If I was asking you questions like that question, right? It's like we talk a lot about like women who are kind of like stepping up and being like go-getters and doing this like and doing that. If I was to say on here right now, I think that's okay, that would be a feminine thing of me to say. You'd be like, that's fucking weird. That's fucking annoying.
Yeah, like I feel like I ask these questions anticipating a response from you.
Yeah. And
I'm like, oh, he's gonna laugh at that.
And imagine I'm like, oh, yeah, I think it's okay if I call my daddy, you'd be like, that's fucking weird, dude. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like, yeah. So, I got a question. Women feel like it's okay to kind of, like, be masculine and kind of, like put that forth in a relationship. And I feel like when they meet a super masculine man, they can butt heads at times, and it makes for, like, what the fuck are we doing? Do you think it's okay for a man to act feminine?
I think it's okay, but it's not gonna be my man.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
I think it's okay, but
So, any man out there, if you're dating a woman and she's extremely masculine and you're having problems with the like power struggle in your relationship,
and intimacy.
Yeah, just be like you're asking masculine, and again, if you're a fucking dork and like you have nothing going for you and you have no job and you have no business and you're out of shape, then you're not masculine, right? But if you are a go-getter, like, and you're out there, like, and you're getting shit done, and you and your girl are like having power struggle issues, and she's trying to be masculine and be like a go-getter too, you have to ask her, like, you're kind of stepping into my lane, and what if I started acting super feminine? Would
100%.
that be would that be annoying?
Or
like,
a turn on to you, or turn
like
off?
if I started embodying my feelings more, talking about my fucking feelings more, every time we fight, I start crying, and I tell you this and I tell you that. Like, you have to kind of, because men just find it annoying. Men simply find it annoying. I'm not challenged by you. I'm not intimidated by you. The more masculine you act, I strictly find that annoying. Just
and
like
unattractive.
If I started acting like a
bitch,
you'd fucking.
I can say it.
You fucking find it annoying too.
I have to pee.
That's why you're sitting like that. Okay, are you wrapping up?
Yeah, we're wrapping up.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, especially on TikTok. Everyone on TikTok.
Thank you very much.
You guys are great.
Don't be a bitch.
Yeah, we'll be back in what? I gotta fill your shoes for several weeks.
I got Key West, Thanksgiving. What's after that? I don't know.